Right, welcome back to a new video, and we're back with Gran Turismo 7 because it's had a monthly update, and amongst other things we've got 4 new cars. Now these cars are the Audi TT, as you can see here. We've got a nice little Audi TT, so rather lovely. 2009 coupe. If you didn't drop thousands of pounds on a watch, you can now buy the Bulgari Vision GT. We also get a Lancer Evo 9. I particularly like the purple grey colour for this one. I think that works out quite well. So quite a nice little car there. But hidden away in the used car lot is the car that I've come here for today and I want to look at, which is this, the Renault 4 GTL. So the Renault 4 GTL is a little economy car. The GTL is basically its most powerful variant, and kicked out a whole 33 brake horsepower. And we have a specific event for this car that's new in this update as well, which, given this French car, is of course at Scuba Racetrack in Japan, and it's a classic Sunday Cup race. So my plan here is to take the Renault 4, enter it stock, see where I can get, and then basically once I've done that, mod it up a bit and give myself 3 goes to see how much further ahead I can get. But here we go, this is it performing in the first race. Now my biggest concern was that its low horsepower, even on the short straights at Scuba, would massively limit it, and it did indeed. As you can see here, even picking up a bit of toe on the back straight from the Mini, it's not enough, and the Mini pulls ahead of me. So that was the biggest issue with the car. Well, that and the fact that it's soggy handling, completely soft, understeers like mad. The tyres are woefully inadequate, and in stock form I certainly don't have the talent to get anywhere near the front of the grid. In fact, 8th was the best I could manage in my spotting race. So let's go off and modify the car and see what we can get out of it. Now, my first discovery, and very pleased to find, was that you can fit a wide body conversion to it. And who doesn't love a wide body, particularly on a Renault 4? That's a must. I had to have this. It adds some rather fetching wheel arch extensions to it as well, in a shiny black plastic, which doesn't really too great, but we'll fix that later on. But the main thing was get the stretchy boys working, and let's get a nice wheel arch extension done on there for a wide body conversion. Now, what other bits and pieces can we bolt on tat-wise here? Well, the first thing is, let's have a look what we've got. And front options, we definitely want those extra lights. That rally-inspired look there means we can use it off-road if we want to as well, if we're so inclined. So, bang, we'll have a bit of that. The sides only give us one option, but thankfully it's to delete the grey plastic mouldings on the side. So we definitely want those goes. Go on, that's worth a few horsepower, it's got to be. And for the rear, it had to be those mud flaps. I mean, look at them, they're huge and glorious. And finally, a ducktail spoiler rounds off our look. And look at that, we're already looking far faster. We're not, but we're already looking far faster. Now, I did want a livery, and I didn't have the time to go in and create a livery myself, so I thought I'd go and look for one, and I found an absolutely lovely one. Really do like this particular livery. So this is and you'll see it in a moment, the one I went for, and if you want it, go search it down. It's a really nice one. I love what they've done with this, and particularly the fact that we get Michelin decals on those back mud flaps. It just looks absolutely perfect. It's a really nicely done livery. Now, as well as the livery, I obviously went over and put a few upgrades on the car, mainly tyres. We upgraded, I think, to Sports Hard, might have been. I can supply a list if somebody really wants it. Suspension was height adjustable. A few engine mods, including a turbo to make it bubble and pop away. I'm trying to think what else I did. Not a great deal else. Took it up to about 315 pp. And here we are, back on my third attempt at the race. Now, in the first two attempts, I managed to get up to third, and for my third attempt, I wanted to see if I could get further ahead of that. Can I get a second place? Can I get a win? Now, the car on track, look at it, looks magnificent now, and straight away you can see that we can power past some of the slower cars much more easily now. We've only got 3 laps here, so you do have to be quite judicious on our overtaking, but I'm pleased to say that I did get a clean race bonus for this, so no naughty touching of other cars. So yeah, we can already see the horsepower limitation is not as much as it was, and we're now far more effective, and we can also turn into the corners much more. Now, I did have to tune up the suspension a little bit, lowering it and stiffening it up, both dampers and springs, and that was mainly because it was still a bit wallowy in corners. Now it's much better going into the corners, and as you'll see here, we can carry a lot more speed through the corners, particularly this final right hand sweeper at Scuba, and the car's much better for it. The suspension does bottom out a little bit, which can cause some weird things to happen, but it still behaves perfectly well because GT7's physics and handling model is very friendly in that regard. Had a good little battle with this DS19 here, as you can see. And this is the thing, this silly little challenge I decided to set myself because it was Thursday evening and I fancied it. It was actually turned out to be some of the most fun that I've had in Gran Turismo 7 in a long time, and in my sim racing hiatus, GT7's probably been the only thing that I've occasionally fired up and played. Mainly because the new weekly events are reasonably entertaining and at least add some variety into things. But this was the most fun I've had in a long time. These 4 races that I did with this little R4 and the modifications to it, and we can already see on the second lap that I am powering away here. I'm getting through the field much more cleanly. Now, it may look as though the car is overpowered, and I think the recommended PP limit for this particular race was 350. We are below that. As I say, I think the final build came at about 315. But the important thing to remember here is with GT7, particularly with their rolling starts, you're not building a car to be necessarily competitive with the other cars on track. This build is overpowered, and in a standing start it would absolutely be overpowered compared to everything else that's on the grid here. What you've got to do instead is build a car for Gran Turismo's weird rolling starts, which don't resemble real world rolling starts either, because the lead cars get far too much of a head start on you, because you only can start racing once you pass the start finish line at the start of the race, rather than when the first car passes it, which is the key difference from real world rolling starts. And here we are on our final lap. So yeah, as I say, that's a nice pass on the Golf GTI there, and this is, as I say, the last lap, and this build is basically there to enable me to be competitive in trying to catch the front car in a chase the rabbit situation. And I've already forgotten to say, I'm already in my best position now, so I'm up to second. So the real challenge is down the final straight and into the final corner. Can I carry enough speed to be able to take first place here? So it's going to be close. I've definitely got the speed going through the corner against the DS19. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not quite going to be enough. Didn't quite make it, and it's a second place finish. But there we go. It was great fun, and if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a like, and if you want to see more content like this, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be notified when new content gets uploaded. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye.